Welcome to the Bright Side with your hosts, Mikel and Maurice.
Here we are. Here we are. Here we
Welcome.
are.
Yes, once
Welcome
again,
to the
welcome to
bright
the
side.
bright
Bright side.
side.
I beat you to the punch.
Yeah, whatever. The bright side with Mikel and Maurice. Welcome to the show. We're back again Sunday evenings at 5 p.m. Here we are back with another show on the bright side. So before we get things started, we do know that what we wanted to always do is begin the show with what? Prayer.
Prayer.
So come on, Pastor Maurice, bring us on in, bro.
Father, we thank you for this opportunity to bring awareness to certain issues, God. We thank you that we are a beacon of light, that we can shed light on certain subjects, God. Lord, we thank you for even Eva giving us this opportunity to come into the airwaves and give our little old opinion, God. So we thank you right now, God, that we may say something or do something that might cause somebody to think about what's going on in their communities. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Nothing like beginning the day or anything you do with prayer. So I'm
Amen.
grateful, sir, for that. Here we are again. Here we are again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we have another title. We have another show topic. Topic. We have another show topic. And this show is called Racism. When will it end? When will it end? Y'all put an A on the end of that. Duh. When will it end? Come on now. We're going to get to talking about some stuff
I
today.
want to know when will it end? It seems like to quote Monique, our finish line keeps getting moved. When we
Right.
think that we're about to get to the end of it, is another incident that happens.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little fed up. It's like, every time you turn on the television, and I'm so thankful that people are now getting it, that what we've been saying over the years, that police officers are racist. Some
Yeah.
of them.
Some of them. Right. It would be irrational to think that all of them are because they all aren't. Just like every white person is not racist. But the ones that are, these are the ones we're talking about. It's got
But
to stop. It's got to stop. Period. We should not be still dealing with this stuff. It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So what we want to do right now, we're going to open up. We're going to move the show, and we're going to do open up with our first segment. What's the big fuss?
what is the big fuss, Diva? What is the big fuss? Tell
Big fuss.
us.
The first one we're talking about today is Jacob Blake being shot 7 times by an officer. Well, I don't call it an officer. He ain't no officer. So we're going to have a video. There are people who may have seen it, but just in case you haven't, I'm going to let y'all know right now. It is disturbing. Let's play the video.
Wow.
My sentiments exactly. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Obviously, you had the man's shirt. You have the man's information. You know his car. If his car drives off, listen, there was so many ways that I could see that this could have ended differently.
Yeah.
I just think that these police officers sometimes they don't think. And this wasn't a case of I'm fearful. I don't know if I'm going to make it home. It was the fact that you was aimed, cocked, and ready to do damage. And I think he had opportunity. Everybody knew why he was there. The buzz of it is they said that the girlfriend called and said that her baby's father was in the vicinity of the home where he shouldn't have been. Now we get all of that, but there is ways. I think the police should be retrained because 7 times in the back. Like, why not the foot? The taser didn't work. Maybe y'all need a stronger taser because
Right.
this is getting out of hand and this is getting ridiculous.
It's beyond, it's beyond ridiculous. It is, it's been a case of them not caring. Racist people, racist police officers or whatever. I don't, you know what? I don't even want to put a title on these people who sit up there and put on these uniforms, because to me they're not officers of the law. To me they're just walking flesh, putting on a blue or black uniform, whatever color their uniform is for that city. And it usually it's blue or black, and y'all walking around here thinking that that you are it and that you can conduct yourself any way you want to. Where's your code of conduct? Where is your rules that you have to abide by to uphold the law? How are you breaking the law and upholding the law? And why is it that judges and the jurisdictions and the people who have the power to make these changes are still not moving to the point where it dissolves this crap? How many times do we have to say there needs to be a revamp in the system of the police unit, the officers, the whole precinct? Get in there. This is corruption. There's police corruption. This is one area. There's plenty of police corruption. Why is it that y'all are not digging in? This is life or death. There's been corruption with money. There's been corruption with the theft and within precincts of people taking things that like drugs and stuff. It's been police corruption for years. But this right here is about people's lives. This man was shot in front of people in daylight. There is no mistaking this cop had him by the shirt and literally execution style. If this man died, that was an execution. You can't tell me that when you shot him the first time, and why is it that you have a gun and you can't back up and stay behind something? Because if you knew that they told you he had any kind of weapon, which in this case, as I understand it, was a knife. So really, you're gonna fight a knife with 7 gunshots? How about this one? How stupid are you that you're gonna fight a knife with a gun? You have the upper hand with the gun. If the taser didn't work, which obviously they say it didn't, I believe that you should have a stronger taser. You mean to tell me that y'all don't have grips on those tasers well enough? And if you shot him 7 times, how far back do you have to be for a taser? Because if you have to be a certain amount back, you were closer than you should have been with a gun. 7 times, you let off the first time, that was enough. If you can't shoot somebody that close on the first time, you don't even need to have a gun in your hand because
And the
you
fact
were supposed to be trained prior to this. So no, there's no way you can. Matter of fact, they could put me on that jury. He's going down. He's out. He's in jail. Period.
his dad said that he asked from his hospital bed, why did he have to shoot me 7 times?
Seven, seven, 7 times. This it where I watched when the video was sent to me. I looked at that video and just I was beyond words. And then I watched it again. See, I don't like watching graphic stuff. Now, if I had seen blood and all that, I wouldn't be able to watch it. But when I say to you, I pressed that button again to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing 7 times. You are to, I wish I could look at that officer in the face myself and ask him myself, what made you think that 7 times was a necessity?
And it goes back to one of the cases we talked about. Remember, we talked about the woman who
Yes. In
was
her
fed
front
up.
yard. Yes.
Yeah. And it was a knife in that case. And all she
Right.
did was threw the knife in their direction. But
Right.
what can a knife do? They didn't
Right.
even have proof that there was a knife in the car. So
It's so these people these all they're doing is going above and beyond. Not they're not even going above and beyond. They have lit. It's to the point where I feel like there's not been any type of repercussions. So guess what? Every time a piece of flesh that wears a uniform gets off or is slapped on the wrist. It just tells everybody, we don't really care. You can do what you want. That's why when that older man got pushed down in the street and he fell over, see that we looking at all this stuff. And there's riots and there's people tearing up places. Now I don't agree with the tearing up stuff, but at the end of the day, if this has not gotten their attention yet, what is it gonna take for this to come into your backyard, sir or ma'am? How about somebody run up in your house? I don't wish harm on anybody, but there has got to be a point where you have to get a grip and say enough is enough. And it shouldn't just be the ones that are dealing, it shouldn't be just Black people. And I know it's not, but it's time to stop all of that. It's time to stop it. And the way to stop it, there is a way to stop it. Get them pieces of flesh out of these precincts and do not hire them anywhere else. They have lost everything. I want their money taken. I don't care what good they did in the past. You made a decision to kill somebody. You made a decision to execute someone that didn't deserve that. Now if that man had been shooting at them and he went and grabbed him and shot him, and the man was turning around trying to shoot him, I would be able to see, what he was trying to defend himself. Look, officer, hey, you did what you had to do. If he's shooting at you, you shot back. But that's not this case. That's not this case.
We thank God that he did not die.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
If he had died, this is another one of the examples we need people to see that our lives really do matter. And to some people, they just don't. And I think it goes back to, we need to retrain these officers, train them up, start a new policy. They should have taken out the chokehold. Now they got to reevaluate all of this stuff that they're doing, because clearly they were cocked and ready. And I think that is a travesty, because what kind of life is he going to have now? Because he's paralyzed from the waist down.
At the end
and
of
now
the day,
he has to redo. You have to learn all over again how to do stuff.
Right.
And then, if you really, we if we're not talking about corrupt doctors either, but sometimes they don't even give us the care that we need. So who's to say that they didn't go in there and operate and make it where he cannot walk ever again?
Listen, that thing right there, that's a whole nother show.
Listen, y'all. Listen, you have tuned into the Bright Side with Mikel and Maurice. We want to hear what you have to say. Contact us at brightside@gmail.com, or you can put your comments in on here and we will recognize your comments. We want you to chime in, because we all need to come together on this. This is not something that we should be sleeping on ever again.
Right.
Your sons, your daughters are in danger right now, because we don't know where these trigger happy policemen are, and we don't know what type of information. We got to have the information before they even take the call. Somebody should tell them what the situation is, and there should be more than just a few people. And they didn't even have body cams. So that's another thing that city needs, is body cams.
At this point, body cams have been around so long. Why aren't y'all having a body cam? That means that body cams, to me, it's an accountability that you need to have. We do need to hear your conversations. We do need to know what you're doing. We do, because there's just a recording. If you don't have anything to hide, there's nothing to hide. You should be you're on the job. You're clocked in, buddy, ma'am. You're clocked in. That means you should be under the constant scrutiny of making sure you're supervised doing your job. And we live in a day and time when I feel like it's no longer a choice. It should be mandatory in every precinct that body cams are. They even need to have cams inside those police officers. So like you have surround sound at home, I'm talking about cameras at every angle. We have that technology. And if we don't, it's time to get it. So let's do this. Now here's the irony of this. There's something else that was involved, or after the fact was involved, and we want to highlight the next what's the big fuss. And that is a 17-year-old who shot protesters. Let's show that video.
He just shot them. Hey, dude right here just shot them. Dude right here just shot all them down there. That dude just shot them right there. That dude right here. Yeah.
Injured straight ahead. Someone injured straight ahead. No! Get out of the road! Get down there! God damn it! What the fuck? Everybody put your hands. Everybody put your hands.
Back it up.
Or what or why. Somebody approached somebody with a gun and shots were fired. And unfortunately we got 2 people who were shot, possibly a third. We're still trying to sort all that out.
Was the person with you guys the one that started the shooting up here? Because we saw him running down the street with a rifle, and he kept saying, I didn't shoot anybody, I didn't shoot anybody. But then they attacked him as he was running away, saying that he shot somebody up
He had
here.
a medic bag on his back. He did?
Yeah, he was the one that shot somebody because he ran.
That's the very disturbing and graphic video of a 17-year-old who shot, not just shot at, actually shot protesters. And as I understand it, hasn't 2 of them died? Maurice, I believe 2 of them have died.
The 2 people died. One was shot in the stomach.
And for this young man to have a rifle, to be able to come into where they're protesting, the inhuman way a person was treated by police officers, or like I said, waste of flesh. And then you come with violence yourself and shoot and kill, and then walk down the street as the police officers are coming, driving, and they see you with this gun and they do nothing. At that, it wasn't an unexposed weapon. It was exposed. So that means we're looking at you, young man, and I'm gonna put it out here. There's a white young youth got a gun. First of all, you pretty much look at him and tell he's not, he shouldn't even have it. And second, and yeah, okay, it was dark, but you didn't even get out and question it right away. No. Mm-mm.
My
No.
listen, I you have to laugh at this kind of thing. Clearly, the young man was walking down the street, and
Yeah.
you saw him with his hands up, saying he thought he was caught, but
Right.
because of his skin color, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna have to put it out there, and I don't care who get
Good for
mad at me.
you.
Because of his
Exactly.
skin color, they
Right.
just brushed it on. Clearly, he had a gun, and you can see in the video, he kept pushing it to the back, and it kept coming back to the front. I don't even know where. It's like he can't. You could look at his picture and see that he was on some kind of narcotic because
So
his eyes were just bugged.
how idiotic do you have to be to think you're gonna slide a whole weapon that big behind you and hide it, first of all?
And that was a weapon of mass destruction.
Exactly. You shouldn't even have that. You should not even have that on the street.
Diva. And I'm going to say this. Had that been a black man,
Oh
he would
yes.
have been dead right where he stood.
Executed right then and there, no questions asked. He'd have just been taken down. Because if
We've
you can have
got
just
to
a
do
knife,
better.
if you can just have a knife and be shot 7 times, but during the protest for what happened to you with the knife, and you get shot 7 times, here go a white 17-year-old boy walking down the street with a gun. Your gun is too big for him even to tuck in his pants. And then got the nerve to be raising his hand up because he thought he was caught. Well, sir, what were you caught doing? Well, it's on camera, honey. You done shot and killed. So if he had been black, I do agree. He'd have been just taken out. I'm talking about shot him. I'm talking about take him out. No questions asked. The motive operations previously show that. There's no way he would have got no black 17-year-old, not listen, a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, they killing kids, babies. They don't care. They don't care. And yes, Diva's mad. Yes, I am.
I'm
And I'm going to
actually
stay mad
pissed
to
and
the
mad
chick.
with you. I'm mad with
Yeah,
you
I'm
because
mad.
this is
I have,
it keeps happening over and over and over again, and we're looking for somebody to say, "Okay, this is actually happening. When are you guys going to do something?" And we started off with a disclaimer. We said not all cops are bad, but when are
absolutely
the good ones going to stand up and say this is wrong? What they
right.
need is a sergeant that go out with them on each and every call.
That's
Somebody,
good.
you said it
That's good.
earlier, hold them accountable.
Yeah.
Everyone must be held accountable for their actions. This could have been really, 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 really much worse. Because, and then you got
You know,
the mayor talking about, please don't come. Like, people are angry. And there's no, I mean, listen, I don't believe in you tearing up your own city because you gotta, don't tear up your grocery store if there's not one near you. But I
right.
understand the frustration
Yeah,
because it feels like it's almost like if nobody's listening. It's
right.
like a person that's crying out like, is anybody listening?
You know what? This just came to me. They're in the Congress holding up a whole lot of stuff about money and people needing help with this coronavirus. And it is true, we need help. The people are suffering financially. They need to be up there also, long before there was a coronavirus or COVID-19 and all of those that what all of this is. They should have been up there having conversations and putting conversation to action about the death and senseless killings of Brianna and every other person. I don't even all of the people that you can put on a list. The list is so long, I can't even memorize it right now. There's still no justice for even Brianna. How are we saying that? How are we able to even have to formulate the words justice for Breonna Taylor? How are we still there? It's
I'm just,
not.
it's like we get one person, like we thought it was over, with Trayvon Martin. Then it happens again. And then the
Yeah,
cycle just keeps going on. And then you say, again, we got to go back to uh, Marvin Gaye. He said, makes me want to holler the way they do our lives. We got
yeah,
to know that there's something wrong with our infrastructure. There's something wrong with our system because it's imbalanced.
yeah.
Again, look at Lori Loughlin gets to go to jail for 2 months. A black woman took her child to a school in another district and she got 5 years.
That and she wasn't she homeless? She had to use, if I remember right, I want to say I saw on the news that it flashed up on the screen that she didn't have an address. She didn't have a place to stay. How do you give somebody that much time for that? That's what I call a little infraction. Like, find out why she had to do it. And if you know why, how dare, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I know that I know that I know that I know. I promise you I know because I've had the experience where I moved and wanted my kids to stay in the school system. And there's protocols, there's a way you can go about it. But never would I have thought, even if child, people that use people's addresses and all that stuff. Listen, they ain't stealing nothing. They want their kids. There's reasons why they do. They want their kids to say, we can talk about that another time. But in talking about the time you're giving, so you still haven't done anything to the people that killed Breonna Taylor, but you're gonna give somebody some time over an address? How dare you? How dare you? And we're not just saying how dare you. I promise you, y'all, they're gonna keep on. And like I said, I've said this before, you're gonna keep on, and people are gonna start doing stuff. And I'm gonna tell you what, we're gonna talk about this a little bit later. Action is being taken from places and high places that people weren't doing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about a little bit. But one of the changes that we're going to go to something else right now. First, I want to remind you that please, 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 if you have any comments, questions, anything, you can always email us at brightside@gmail.com. Contact us it's going right across the screen. Please like and share this video, everybody. We don't, even after it's aired, you can still like and share. We want to grow, grow, grow. We want to get the message out about, things we're talking about. Doesn't seem like there's a bright side, but I'm going to tell you right now, every conversation you see on Instagram, every conversation you see on Facebook, every conversation across the platforms of social media, we keep the conversation going. I promise you there's going to be changes. The thing is, the conversation, the actions happen, the conversation, social media shows it. We express ourselves, and people are going to start making some changes. I don't want anybody out there to feel like we are helpless and beyond it. I felt that too. I felt like, oh my God, there's no point in us even saying anything. Let's keep talking about it. So,
I think we need to talk about it because we're talking about everything else. Come on, how many
yes,
times we heard during the week that there's whores in the house? Come on, we
come
got
on.
to stop all of this stuff.
Yeah,
They have made that a household name, women. What are we
right.
talking about? Come on, are we serious? There are
Yeah,
people out dying, and y'all talking about there's whores in the house.
right.
Let's get our priorities straight.
And how can we do that? One of the priorities that we do have is voting. We want to share a website with you. We're going to still keep talking about iwillvote.com. We need to vote. Your vote counts. I'm looking at you. Your vote counts. I'm looking into the camera. Your vote counts. Your vote counts. You matter. Your Black life matters. All of our lives matter. But the subject is at hand, the people at risk, the people who are being treated like we are animals, they want to make us extinct, sir and ma'am, like an animal. If you watch some of these shows where they show extinct animals, that happened slowly and consistently. They're trying to save whales now because if they keep killing them, come on, somebody. If they keep killing them, they're not going to be here. You can't procreate with what there's nothing to procreate with. Science can do whatever it wants to do, it can try, but it cannot recreate what God already created. So you're going to keep on killing and killing. They want to make us extinct. Trust me.
Malcolm
Racism
X
is
told us to
real and
wake
real.
up.
Yeah. Wake up and understand what they're trying to do. IWillVote.com. Their ballots are coming. They're going to be coming in the mail. You can see already if you watch the news long enough, if you hear, I'm not a big news watcher, but I can hear when it's on, I can already tell, oh yeah, they're trying to stop us from voting. And I'm gonna tell you something. If they make it where we ain't gotta go stand in the line, then what's your problem? Because you won't have to stand in the line. There's a choice. Vote. Pick the ones you want and send it in the mail. It's not hard. Act like you're trying to buy something. Act like you want Amazon to deliver something to you. It ain't nothing. And I'm not being mean, I'm being realistic. Vote. I will vote. Decree it to yourself. I will vote. There's people. I'm gonna speak to the people who like to gamble. You'll stick some money in a machine. You'll go do some scratchers. You'll go and play the lotto. And I'm not judging you. Do what you will. Do what you want. But you'll take a chance on that and spend your coins for that. But you won't press a dot. You won't circle it in. You won't press that little you won't do that. Then what chance are you taking? Because at the end of the day, everybody's vote counts. We just want everybody to vote. Get out there and do. I'm not even telling you who to vote for. Just vote. I'm gonna tell you who I would want you to vote for. But the thing is, vote. You already know who you should be voting for. I'm looking at every one of y'all right now.
Listen,
If you're Democrats, you already know what the deal is.
we
Okay?
understand. We need to understand that our vote really matters. My
It
college
does.
professor used to tell us, if it's important to you, you will find a way. If not,
Yeah.
you will find an excuse. We got to stop making
Absolutely.
excuses why we won't make change. The
Yes.
way we make change is we vote these people out.
Yeah.
That's what our vote is for. If you don't go out and vote, we don't want you to complain when or if this cycle repeats itself. And I'm not going to even put that out there. I'm not going to even say. But
Right.
if it happens again, you can blame yourself. Thank
Right.
you, Rosetta Avery.
Rosetta Avery, thank you. Much love to you, sister. Thank you for watching. Please like and share and comment whatever you want. We're here. We want to continue to acknowledge again that we want everyone to vote. Contact us at brightside@gmail.com. That's BRIITSYDE@gmail.com. We want to hear from you all. We want to know that you're watching. We want you to send us questions. If you have show ideas, we're open to that. If you have show topics, if you want us to discuss something, if you want to send us some information about something that you want discussed, we'll do the research. If you have information on it, we will be more than happy to have it as a show topic on our show. And if you have, I want to also share this. If you are in a community and you have a product or something that you want to talk about or things you want to share, things that we can share information on about what's going on in our communities, please let us know. We would love to talk to you and see which way we can go. Some people may end up guests on our show. Some people may end up just being a contributor of information, and some people like to be behind the scenes anyway. So we will be willing to talk about your topic. So please know that we are here for you at the Bright Side.
And also, if are you a baker? You have a cookie you want us to try, a brownie, or any type of business that you own, stop by the Bright Side. Send us your cake, send us your pie, and we'll let you know how it is on air. And we'll even bring you on.
Yes.
If you like it.
Yes. We want you to know that we're here for you. We're here for you as much as we want. We want to share information with you. We want to be Laugh out loud at cookies.
Yes, we want cookies,
We
cakes,
want
and
cookies.
pies.
Look, while we was having conversations the other day about what we gonna do, we just have one cookie, not all the cookies.
1, 2, or 3. But we
Yeah.
always wash it down with water.
Now, Lord, I didn't say that. That was him, Jesus. All
Wash
right, we're gonna move forward. Move
moving.
forward. We have a bright light spotlight. And
Yeah,
what we want to talk about is the NBA boycott. When I tell you that I'm proud of these
I'm
dudes,
proud of them.
let's give them a hand. I'm proud of them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not really into sports, but look, I may just have to peek
Nor am
on in. I'm gonna have to start watching. Okay, I'm proud of what they're doing. And let's just post up a picture of this great basketball dude. The NBA playoffs are on the brink of cancellation after an ugly meeting where the Lakers and the Clippers left early after voting to end the session. Come on, LeBron James. LeBron out there doing his good work. His good work. He ain't just keeping it about the basketball the basketball arena. He's trying to get some action, and that these players are wanting to use their platforms to spark changes. Like, look, we willing not to do this. Come on now, pay attention. We willing not to go out here. We willing to pass up. I'm gonna go out here and say we willing to pass up paychecks. Pass up this limelight. We want some changes happening, and I'm so proud of them for stepping up. And then this thing is spreading. See, this is how you get it. You take a stand, you step out in faith, you don't know how many people are willing to follow you if you make a step in the right direction.
And we have to give Colin Kaepernick his props because
Yes, you
the
do.
first one that
Yes,
said, "I'm not afraid to take a knee."
take a
And
knee.
of course, me and Mikel, we're not sports fans, but whenever we see LeBron make that touchdown, it's just all good.
Did you say LeBron? Let me tell you something. I don't know about sports. I know LeBron ain't making no touchdowns. What do they call that? Like dunking, whatever. He's shooting.
It's
He's
called
shooting
a
the ball.
home run. It's called a home run.
No, that's baseball. I don't know what you do. I know that. Yeah, y'all know what.
Oh,
Don't
y'all
embarrass
need
me,
to
sir.
laugh. Stop it.
Don't embarrass me, sir. Okay, let's see. Let's show another picture. After boycotting playoff games on Wednesday to protest the police shooting of Jacob Blake, NBA players held a tense meeting said to have ended ugly. According to reports, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers voted to end the season early, though one ESPN report painted it as polling rather than a formal vote. One report said LeBron James called for action from team owners towards social justice reform and left the meeting early. So LeBron said, I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. We're going to have some action or we ain't. What? That's how LeBron is about it. He not playing. And
Yeah,
that's good. He not playing. His play time is on the court. He not
I,
playing with people's lives. You know.
I
So
appreciate what he's doing.
I do too.
With,
I'm applauding him.
he's one of the top at his game. And
Yeah.
that's how, ladies and gentlemen, you use your platform to
Yeah.
help people. Not just for you to
Absolutely.
get what you want out of it, but you use your platform to help others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
and it's time for us to hold these people accountable. Y'all buying their shoes? Come on, which I don't understand a $200 shoe, but hey, listen, whatever it has to take to get you out there to do what you got to do, it's all good. But
Love
we
you,
have to
T.
understand. Listen, I thank God that He's using this platform for the purpose of putting light on this subject because it's a little disheartening when you feel like your life doesn't matter and other folks do. It's almost like a parent that has a favorite child. At some point, you have to question, like, really, are our playing fields leveled? And at this point, we know that it isn't. It's not. We can go
Absolutely.
for as even in the acting world. Are black people getting paid the same amount as other actors? No. So we gotta make the playing field level at some point. And I think we're off to a great start. I know 2020 didn't start off great, but we are making some type of strides.
I can tell you this for 2020, it's the year of vision. We seeing some stuff, aren't we? We can definitely say we're seeing a whole lot of things, and some things are probably becoming more clearer to people that we've had to do this quarantine and sitting down and being in our own spaces because we had to, slow down. We're taking questions and comments. Please share, like and share this video, like and share this live. I saw my girl Letitia Drism. Thank you, my sister. I love you. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Please like and share. There she is again. Love you, sis. I miss you. That's my girl. We grew up in church together, came up, and now we have families of our own, and it's a beautiful. We are underneath the same ministry. She went and was underneath another ministry and came on back home, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So thank you, sis. I love her. Beautiful heart, beautiful woman. I want you all to watch this next video of Doc Rivers. Check this out.
It's just so sad. You know, what stands out to me is just watching the Republican convention, and they're spewing this fear, right? Like, all you hear is Donald Trump and all of them talking about fear. We're the ones getting killed. We're the ones getting shot. We're the ones that we're denied to live in certain communities. We've been hung. We've been shot. And all you do is keep hearing about fear. It's amazing to me why we keep loving this country and this country does not love us back. And it's really so sad. Like, I should just be a coach. And it's so often reminded of my color. You know, it's just really sad. We got to do better. But we got to demand better. Like, it's funny. We protest and they send riot guards, right? They send people in riot outfits. They go to Michigan with guns and they're spitting on cops and nothing happens. The training has to change in the police force. The unions have to be taken down in the police force. My dad was a cop. I believe in good cops. We're not trying to defund the police and take all their money away. We're trying to get them to protect us, just like they protect everybody else. I didn't want to talk about it before the game because it's so hard. Like, to just keep watching it. That video, if you watch that video, you don't need to be black to be outraged. You need to be American and outraged. And how dare the Republicans talk about fear? We're the ones that need to be scared. We're the ones having to talk to every black child. What white father has to give his son a talk about being careful if you get pulled over? It's just ridiculous. And it just keeps going. There's no charges. Breonna Taylor, no charges, nothing. All we're asking is you live up to the Constitution. That's all we're asking for everybody, for everyone. Thank you.
In the words of Fannie Lou Hamer, our blood is, the American flag is drenched in our blood. We have worked hard for this country. We have worked tirelessly for this country, and we don't have anything to show for it. No gratitude whatsoever. And we got to be thankful for Black Lives Matter because nobody else was saying it. So we got to give them their props. We got to go look and go back into those archives when Fannie Lou Hamer was talking. Go back into those archives when we saw what they were doing to our Black people. Shirley Chisholm talked about it. That's why she was trying to run for president. Back in those days when there was hard to, come on,
Right.
somebody thought that it was Jesse Jackson first. No, Shirley Chisholm.
Right.
These people were working hard to try to make sure that we had our freedom, which we were supposed to be guaranteed. But to come out and find out now that, most of even the stuff that we were supposed to be included in, it's almost like when the contract was presented, it wasn't signed. So when you don't sign the contract, what does it make it? Null and void.
Boy, one of the things that stood out to me, no, so much that stood out to me in this video. It's like he summed up everything out of his heart and his emotion that so many of us have been saying. The one thing that stood out to me first was we're loving this country and it's not loving us back. What white person has to give their child that be careful talk, that this is the protocol that you need to follow? In other words, it's not even about being safe, it's about to save your life. That to be pulled over as a Black person means that there is a possibility you won't survive that, where you are able to drive away safely. That it'll be a life-changing experience for you to the point where it could alter the whole reality of your life. He's brought up Breonna Taylor. I talked about her earlier. Why are we still asking for these things? This should be a part of our historical past. The things that our forefathers experienced should have been it and enough. And we are asking, when will it end? In the year 2020, when they thought we wasn't going to be around past 2012. Remember that? Wasn't that 2012? The world was going in. They was calling it out, telling us the world that was it. You don't know the time nor the day that we leaving up out of here and that this earth will be gone. But the bottom line to this is this: we are in 2020. And we are still, after you look in your history, the Middle Passage. There are lives that are not documented, that didn't even survive them being stolen, put on a boat, laid in horrible. I can go into detail of what I've read in true history books. Not the ones they showed us in school. I'm talking about what really happened. And then didn't make it. People's names that we'll never know. That's why we owe it to them to vote. We owe the unnamed as well as the named to vote. But we're still in this modern day and time. I'm 47 years old. My grandparents, their grandparents, their grandparents. You mean to tell me in 2020, and this ain't a soapbox I'm on, this is very, very, it's more than frustrating. It's angering, and I understand why those who are old enough to understand, old enough to be tired of it, having had the experience of it, or knew someone who did, went out there and tore them stores up. Now, am I a proponent of that? No, I'm not. Am I a proponent of writing? No, I'm not. Because what it does is give them a look at this instead of look at the reason why we're doing it. You want to make this look like it's so bad. But what was the reason why they did it? And you're still not making changes. I said the other day on my Facebook post, I said, I bet you, and I was talking about this not coronavirus, what they're doing in the Congress with all this discussion about money. I said, I bet you if they sit there and make these folks not receive their paychecks, don't give them their money. Don't pay them till they get up there and act like they got some sense. And I love a few of them Congress people up there. I know they fighting for us. I know they don't have the deciding only vote. I'm talking about the ones that want to tie that stuff up like they sit up there playing games. Just like with this money, they're playing games with our lives. They're not doing anything about this for real. It's not some of them, not a whole lot of them, because at this point it should have been changed. That should have been it. One life, one time, somebody got their life taken in a way where you knew good and well that it wasn't right. That should have been a change right there. And you sitting up there, you keep on wanting to talk about it and not make changes about it. The power, yes, and that's why I understand people that would say, "What's the point of voting?" I can tell you what the point of voting is. Get the right people up there that's not going to just talk about it, but that's going to evoke change, because they're going to stop being this and start being hands on. Stop using your mouth only and get in it. Come to us, talk to us, be about it. I love Maxine Waters. I love Congresswoman Auntie Maxine. If she don't do nothing else, that woman who continues to be reinvented, that lady keep going back in that Congress. There's a reason for it. I believe she's a ram in the bush, not just in the bush, but everywhere. If we get, you let us blanket Congress with a bunch of her like-minded like her, oh, it's going to be some stuff.
But we have to actually, voting matters, but do your homework. Check out the backgrounds of these people you're about to vote for. Stop voting for people because they're black.
Right.
Vote for them because you know that they're going to do the job.
Absolutely.
Because they make all of these promises. And I'm going to tell you, y'all knew what President Trump was all about. And some of the things he said that you all jumped on was the reason why y'all voted him in. And one of them was that he said he was going to get rid of a certain race. And guess what? He's done that. He's tried everything that he could to stop them. And we got to stop following these vigilantes because you don't like a certain group of people, that because they put it in their campaign speech, then you're out there and you're ready to vote for the next thing that's smoking. And we got to get serious about voting. We got to take it seriously because there was a time that we weren't able to do it. Right. In some places, they're still not able to do it.
Right.
So we got to take this stuff seriously. History, if y'all better stay woke. History is repeating itself. Wake up, black people. Y'all know this is serious for me and Diva. Diva done even told y'all her age, and that's something a black woman don't do.
And I don't mind.
Amen.
But you know what? I have to say, I don't really think it's hidden history repeating itself. I think it's history continuing. Because when did it ever stop? It never stopped.
When I say history repeating itself, see, in our history, certain things stop and then they start up again. They were lynching black men, they stopped that, and then we started seeing it again. Now black lives are being killed.
To be honest with you, I don't think lynching ever really stopped. I think that it was not documented.
I will agree with that as well, but it's starting to, listen, when I say history is repeating itself, meaning we thought we overcame, and we ain't overcame, people. Wake up and smell the coffee. It's percolating. This is something you need to get off your do nothing and vote this time. Now, we had a whole bunch of other things that we wanted to say in this thing, but this is where it all lies down to. You got to get up and vote. If you're not registered, you need to vote. Go to www.iwillvote
Yes,
because
and
this is the most important election that you are ever going to see in America. Because if you don't vote, I don't want to hear you complaining. And I've heard so many people complaining, and that's just why I don't vote. Well, if you don't vote, how do you think he got in there?
Right.
How do you think he got in there? Because you didn't vote. You stayed yourself at home when all of us were out there in those lines. Well, I wasn't in the line. I learned the power of voting by mail because you don't want to have to stand in those lines. Listen, they'll send you that pink little envelope and you just fill it out and mail it back in. And you don't need postage. Postage is already paid. So there's another thing you don't have to complain about.
So you have no excuse. Now we have another segment that we do still have time for. The oh no you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want y'all to watch this video.
I'm in a hurry. I'm my wife down there and she broke down. There we go. Make sure. Yeah, that's my hair. Okay, I know you got to understand that. All of them is mine. I'm not trying to make people more difficult than it is. They mine. That's all. They mine. Look, I got 72 cards. That's mine. Okay. I had the wrong pen. And some of my cards, I got to go on my phone and unlock it. Okay. So that's why I'm switching cards.
I think it's ridiculous. I feel like the cops have to have a certain.
So let us tell you what you just saw. You just saw a man being harassed at an ATM because he forgot his PIN number. He was looking through his wallet. Somebody called the police and said it was suspicious because he didn't have his PIN number. Come on, we got to wake up.
So here we go again. Another moment when somebody makes a call and says something looks suspicious. How many times has somebody lost their lives because they made a call? And no, their lives weren't lost, they were taken because somebody made a call and said something looked suspicious.
Make you want to holler. Throw up both your hands.
So you can't stand at an ATM. How many of us have actually forgotten our PIN? I've forgotten my PIN. I've forgotten my PIN on logging in online. I had to call them and like, look here, I done put this PIN in about 8 times and I don't know what happened. I might have forgotten one digit. Something I done put in a million times.
Well, heck, I can give you one better, sister. I stood at the ATM and didn't realize why I was there. That's how old I'm old. I'm at the ATM.
I can't remember why I'm here.
And I'm saying, oh, okay. So, but that doesn't give you the right to call the police on me. And he said to them clearly, my wife is in the car. She's broke down. I'm trying to get the money. And then we live in a technological age where you can find your PIN through your phone or reset it. So that's what he was trying to do.
And he has full right to do that. Well, here's the thing. He should have the full right to do that. But because he's black, him just standing there anywhere near some money it looks suspicious, huh? What are you gonna do? Take the card and break in the machine? This could have ended much worse than just harassment. Because see, it starts with harassment. Things that started with harassment. See, these would start with that little funky phone call. Then then they come out. You got some idiots in uniform. Then they got a superiority complex. Then Captain, I want to do what I want to do. And then it turns to harassment and then somebody's dead. And that somebody's a black person. Because number one, 9 times out of 10, and let me tell you this, I'm a black woman. And if you aggravate me, you're going to get some attitude. I just happen to be black. White women get attitudes. Everybody has a way to get attitude. I don't care what ethnicity you are, what preacher from. All of us have the capacity to get attitude. I just know as a black woman, yes, I can roll my neck and give you all this soulful attitude, baby. It's there. She's there. And if you aggravate me, you're gonna get her. And some of
Listen,
these officers know what they're doing. They'll aggravate us, and black men too. You aggravate us. We have a right. I've seen white men do it, black men do it, Asian men do it. Why are you pulling me over? See, black people can't ask you that question because it's almost as though we have violated you when we ask you why have you pulled us over? Why are you pulling us over? That's the question. Answer.
well, listen. I listen. I want to warn them. Diva is the last one y'all want to mess with over there. When she's passionate, she's passionate. Listen, this has been the bright side. This is the bright
Woo!
side with Mikel and Maurice. Looks like we ran out of time. We were very passionate about this subject. Listen, racism. When will it end? You need to ask yourself, when will it end? And another question you need to ask yourself is, are you doing enough to help stop it?
Right.
Diva?
Right. Are you doing enough to help stop it? Actually, I got a little birdie that told me we had a little extra time, so we're gonna take it. We still have time for our Maurice pieces and Tiva. So
Are we doing enough? Are we doing
go
enough?
ahead, sir.
Is the community doing enough? Is the church doing enough?
Huh.
We are. I just
Oh,
I just get tired of people complaining the most but doing the least. We're complaining the most but doing the least.
right.
How much
Right.
time do we listen? How many more times will we see a man, a black man, getting shot by a police officer when they could have done something differently?
Yeah. Yeah.
The other young man that was shot with the taser, he took the taser out and started to walk. We got to think. They had his address. They had his license plate. They could have let the man run away. Why? Because you already know. Give the man his props. He was sitting in the car sleeping off whatever it was. He wasn't
Mm,
stupid enough to drive while
yeah.
drunk or intoxicated. So we got to wake up, America. Black America. Wake up. Your
Wake up.
priorities should not be the next dance craze. It should not be the next song. It should be, is my brother or sister living in danger? We are becoming an endangered species, the black
Mm.
men.
Extinct. They're trying to make us extinct, people. They're
And we got to
trying.
start doing something for the young men that are coming up behind us,
Yeah.
the young
Yeah.
women that are coming up behind us. We got to set the bar and let them know that it's not all about, the next rap song, the next dance. What are you doing for your community that's helping?
Mm,
Are you using your platform that's going to allow people to live? The young
yeah.
man, his mom wrote a song, I Just Want to Live.
Yes. I just want to live. And our young people, we want them to know. We want them to know the kids that are coming up underneath, behind us. We want them to know that we did something. We're doing something. If we can't, I tell you, as soon as my children reach 18 years old, they before they're 18, they know you have a right to vote. Vote. You have a right to. My two oldest children who have been a few years able to vote. Whenever their ballots come, I give them right to them. Start
Well,
reading.
the one thing we did right was the day we started to fight.
Come on here, sir.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Oh Lord, my Lordy, oh Lord. We got
Come
to
on,
keep our
Missy.
eyes on the prize.
Yes, sir. So have you done your Maurice's pieces? Is this your it's you
Maurice's
one, sir?
Pieces, if we're going to take Maurice's Pieces today, it will be called accountability. Hold your brothers and your sisters accountable for their action. Hold the police officers accountable for what they're doing to black lives. There should be an accountability going on in the police departments around the city, around the nation. There should be somebody there to hold them accountable. Not just after it happens, we got the chief standing up doing a press conference because they want to clean up the mess that their officers made. And 9 times out of 10, it's not just one uh, rare incident. This has happened multiple times. So we as citizens, we as communities must hold these elected people accountable for being in charge over these dogmatic people that think that our lives don't matter. The word of the day is accountability.
Thank you for that, Maurice's pieces. As always, a message received, and I pray that others receive the message. I'm going to do my Diva's thought is going to be a piece I wrote, poetry piece I wrote. This is called I Still See the Hanging Feet. I still see the hanging feet dangling, only knee became noose. The only difference is position. I still see sheets, only they are blue. You're still on the same mission. I still see posse up, no matter how far. Only horses became cars. I still see hate in your range. Only the years and era has changed. Hate still embedded in your brains. I still see our strength, our weakness only in division. We must protest with strategy. Escape still necessary, devise our own mission. Tubman minded freedom. Never giving away our position to find it our unity with pen and tongue brings things to fruition. Speak out, act out, vote out without a doubt. You count, wear them out, show up, freak them out, let them know we are one. That man, someone's son, as is everyone whose life you took just for fun. The vengeance you desire to do will come back and haunt you. Your skin without shade has you hating our hit parade. Our black is beautiful, vibrant, and colorful. Our black is beautiful, vibrant, and colorful. Our black is beautiful, vibrant, and colorful. We are ancestral beings. Kings and queens are we. Though you stole our bodies, our minds were always free. You tried to contain us and restrain us from intellect, hanging us on trees and picnicked. I mean, pick a nigga, right? Slaughter. Still to this day, you can't take an educated black man or woman unless they are Republican, brainwashed American. Say what you will. I still see us fighting against a system that never wants us winning against racist foes. Only our black power fists won't be coming out of afros. I still see the hanging feet. In peace. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I take no glory in my gift and the gift that God has given me. I want people to really hear the words that God allows me. And I pray that someone today was touched by the bright side and the things we discussed. I want y'all to know that this is not a time for giving up. We are such a beautiful race of people, loving, caring, kind. We have a soulful thing going that ain't never stopped. We don't have to be crabs in a pot. We don't love each other. Love each other. We can set we've set great examples. We really have. No matter what you see going on in your world around you, close next door neighbors, what are you doing? How are you bringing about a change? How are you setting a good example? And if you are, I applaud you, my brother. I applaud you, my sister. Don't give up. Because just because we still see the hanging feet, it don't mean that it can't stop one day. Our ancestors planted seed, and when you're wanting something to grow and change, seed is planted, it gets watered, it gets cultivated, and it grows. See, we're not the ones that have the problem with our living, others do. The racist people do. You want to survive? Don't give up. I promise you. We're victorious people. You're a king. You're a queen. You're a king, Maurice, and I'm a queen. And
That's
they're
right.
all of us. So embrace it. Love yourself. Know that you're worth the vote. Know that you're worth setting the example. Know that you're worth taking a stand. Know that you're worth the strength that you have. God created you. You're beautiful, no matter who you are, no matter your size, no matter your color, no matter. I'm a big old girl, baby. I know I'm beautiful. You know why? Because God created me. Everything about me, He created. He created you too. My smile, He created. Even with our pains, we are people who have been broken, bruised, dang near, they want us extinct, and yet we still keep coming back. We still survive. Yes, people have left. Yes, people have transitioned. Yes, people have been taken. But we're going to live. We're going to live. We're going to live to say the name. Live to make changes. Live. Vote. 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 Take your stand and vote. Watch and see. I'm done.
This has been the bright side with Mikel and Maurice. Listen,
Yeah.
don't you dare give up. You are somebody. And we
Yeah.
are here to let you know you are wonderfully and blessed and made by God. You are made in His image. And don't you
Yeah.
let anybody tell you different. If nobody ever told you they love you today, guess what? Mikel and Maurice love you.
We love you. The bright side. Thank you for watching. Contact us.